The shadow and the evil persona. Previously, the mother had said, everyone possesses in a large measure, and the exceptional individual is an increasing degree of precision, two opposite tendencies of character, in almost equal proportions, which are like the light and the shadow of the same thing. Thus, someone who has the capacity of being exceptionally generous will suddenly find an obstinate avarice rising up in his nature. The courageous man will be a coward in some part of his being, and the good man will suddenly have wicked impulses. In this way, life seems to endow everyone not only with the possibility of expressing an ideal, but also with the contrary elements representing in a concrete manner the battle he has to wage and the victory he has to win for the realization to become possible. Consequently, all life is an education pursued more or less consciously, more or less willingly. And the disciple asks, you have said, everyone possesses two tendencies of character, which are like the light and the shadow of the same thing. Why are things made in this way? Can't one have only the light? And the mother responds, yes, if one eliminates the shadow, but it must be eliminated. That does not happen by itself. The world as it is a mixed world. You cannot have an object which gets the light from one side without its casting a shadow on the other. It is like that, and indeed it is the shadows which make you see the lights. The world is like that, and to have only the light, one must definitely go through the entire discipline necessary for eliminating the shadow. This is what I have explained a little farther, and I have said that this shadow was like a sign of what you had to conquer in your nature, in order to be able to realize what you have come to do. If you have a part to play, a mission to fulfill, you will always carry in yourself the main difficulty preventing you from realizing it, so that you have within your reach the victory you must win. If you had to fight against a difficulty which is everywhere on earth, it would be very difficult. You would need to have a very vast consciousness and a very great power. While, if you carry in your own nature just the shadow or defect you must conquer, well, it is there, within your reach. You see all the time the effects of this thing and can fight it directly, immediately. It has a very practical organization. You haven't seen in the bulletin that letter of Sri Aurobindo, the evil persona? It is in the bulletin. The thing is very well explained there. From the Mother, Questions and Answers, 1954. The evil persona. What you say about the evil persona interests me greatly, as it answers to my consistent experience that a person greatly endowed for the work has, always or almost always. Perhaps one ought not to make a too rigid universal rule about these things. A being attached to him, sometimes appearing like a part of him, which is just the contradiction of the thing he centrally represents in the work to be done. Or, if it is not there at first, not bound to his personality, a force of this kind enters into his environment as soon as he begins his movement to realize. Its business seems to be to oppose, to create stumblings and wrong conditions. In a word, to set before him the whole problem of the work he has started to do. It would seem as if the problem could not, in the occult economy of things, be solved otherwise than by the predestined instrument making the difficulty his own. That would explain many things that seem very disconcerting on the surface. Sri Aurobindo, Letters on Yoga.